Build units are how Cairo HD tells an insurance company how much of a service a patient received. Units matter most for timed services like massage, physical rehabilitation, or other therapies where the duration directly affects what gets billed. For timed services, each unit typically represents a defined amount of time. For example, if a service is set up as 15 minutes per unit and a patient receives 60 minutes, you'll bill 4 units. For untimed services like a standard chiropractic adjustment, units are typically just 1, regardless of how long the visit takes. The starting point in Cairo HD to setting billed units on a service is the service setup page, which sets the default units every time the service is used. In Cairo HD, this can be done in 2 places depending on your user permission level. For location users, navigate to your live location, settings, services. Or for a system user, system dashboard, system settings, services. Find the service you want to configure, or create a new one. And look for the Build Units field. Enter the number of units that reflect the standard duration for that service. If you've already created a service and forgot to set units, you can go back and edit this field. The change updates the default going forward. The service level setting is just a default. If a specific visit involved more or less time than the standard, you can override the units when posting the charge without changing the default for everyone else. From the patient profile, click New Transaction. Select the service, update the units field before saving. From the SOAP note screen, in the Charges box, click into the service line to open the transaction modal and adjust the units field. Either path gets you to the same place. Providers who add the charge themselves in the SOAP note screen can handle it right here. Front desk staff posting charges manually can do it from the patient profile. If a particular patient consistently receives a non-standard duration, say, they always get a 45-minute massage when everyone else gets a 60-minute, then you can set that in their personal default so you don't have to manually adjust it every visit. Open the patient's profile, navigate to their cases. In the cases, look for the Default Services tab. This is where you would configure which charges automatically populate for this patient's visits. Add or find the service. Adjust the units, and save. From that point on, when a charge is posted for this patient using this service, it will pre-populate with the correct units. After charges are posted, you can verify at any time in the Patient Profile Transaction tab, clicking the Edit icon on the charge line, opening the transaction modal. This comes in handy if an ERA comes back with a mismatch error. Simply open the transaction, confirm the units match with the payer EOB or ERA, and if an adjustment is needed, make the corrections, and then rebill the invoice item and process the ERA. Build units in Cairo HD comes down to 3 scenarios. Setting the default unit on the service, overriding it at a time of charge, when a visit runs longer or shorter, and set a patient-specific default when one patient consistently receives a different duration. Getting units right keeps your claims consistent with your clinical documentation. If you have questions about unit requirements for specific services, we recommend checking with your billing team or your third-party payer.